Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabans, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. I'm going to give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. And yeah, today we got one of those shows. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So, yesterday, something occurred that sent a shockwave through the United States that caused Americans on both sides of the aisle to take a moment and say, no, wait a minute, this is a step too far. As you guys know, the news of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and the tragic passing of himself and his wife, allegedly by his son. At least that's what reports are saying. He's being held right now on bail for, I believe they set the bail for $4 million. Just an absolutely tragic story that two people lost their lives to their child. Like, it's just a crazy, horrific, tragic event there. And while everyone was kind of reacting to this news, the president decided to jump into the fray. And I want to give credit where credit is due. It was actually Too Raw for TV that did the show that I saw, because I was unaware that the president had made these comments. So I went to Too Raw's show and I saw him talking about it, and he was just beside himself. Even his viewers were beside themselves. So I then went to go track down what the president said, and I was left speechless. And I actually went to post on our channel community section about last night, about 20 hours ago. And I wrote, did the president really just put these comments out, put out these comments in the tragic passing of Rob Reiner and his wife? I'm speechless. This is a new low. And everybody started chiming in, man. Everyone started chiming in. Even people that support the president, they themselves were chiming in. But the entire news world is reacting to it. Everyone is chastising him. Even Piers Morgan, who's a huge supporter of his. A lot of Republicans are calling him out, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. But I think it's important that we actually highlight what the president said and read his comments, because this is unlike anything I've ever seen before. So let me just read what the president said here. I believe these comments were made on Truth Social. He wrote, a very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. This post was viewed 23 million times on this account, and it has 7,300 comments. When the president made these comments, I could not believe that he said that. Listening to these, reading his comments and just kind of like processing it, I said, is this a human being that wrote this? Is it a human being that wrote this? It doesn't seem like something a human being would write, especially in a moment like that. And then to somehow make it about yourself and say you're the reason that that he lost his life. It's insane to me. It really is. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, because a lot of people in that comment that we posted on our community section, they were asking me to react to it today. Talk about it. So I am. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, the president, when asked yesterday in the White House to, I guess, take his comments back, instead of taking them back, the president actually doubled down on what he said. Take a listen to what President Trump had to say here.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. Now I want to read what some Republicans are saying in response to this. We want to read from an article from USA Today. It says, conservatives condemn Trump's disgusting Rob Reiner post. It continues on. And I want to get to the part. Where they actually started responding. Okay, here we go. Trump's reaction to Reiner's death was quickly rejected by many on both the left and the right. Regardless of how you felt about Rob Reiner, this is an inappropriate and disrespectful discourse about a man who was just brutally murdered. Representative Thomas Massie, a Republican of Kentucky, who clashed with Trump, said on social media. Continues on. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she wrote, "This is a family tragedy, not about politics or political enemies." Republican Mike Lawler, he wrote, "It's a horrible tragedy that should engender sympathy and compassion from everyone in our country, period." It continues on. Russell Moore, "How this vile, disgusting, and immoral behavior can become normalized in the United States is something our descendants will study in school. To the shame of our generation." And it just kept on going on and on. And okay, then President Obama chimed in. He said, former President Obama said, "Rob's achievement in film and television gave us some of the most cherished stories on screen. But beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people and a lifelong commitment to putting that belief into action." And more people just kept on weighing in. What are my thoughts about this? I want to say this plainly. It's things like this that it's reasons like this a lot of people don't like Trump, including myself. It's things like this. It's things like this. This is not even a policy matter. It's behavior like this that a lot of Americans cannot stand, and I'm one of them. I don't like it, and I don't have to like it. Now, if you like it, more power to you. You're within your right to like it. I don't. I think it's disgusting. I think it's vile. I think it's something unbecoming of a human being to say, especially given how politically charged the United States is right now, where we should be trying to look for ways to turn down the temperature. Instead, people are turning it up. And you know the saddest part about all of this? We had some of these jokers coming in the comments yesterday. What they said about Charlie Kirk? The irony in all of this was that Rob Reiner, after the passing of Charlie Kirk, although he totally disagreed with him, spoke glowingly of him and condemned the person that took away Charlie Kirk's life. He condemned him. A person that he was completely diametrically opposed to in terms of his views on the world. He still condemned him. And in a moment like this, when such a tragic event occurs, you can't find a way to divorce yourself from the issue and you somehow make it about you. It's unheard of, bro. It's unheard of. And this is the reason why I always sit here and chuckle at people that say, oh, this president is a Christian. Okay, this is surely Christ-like. This is surely, and who feels the type of way? I don't give a. This ain't about subs or views. I'm saying what I believe. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. I ain't coming on here begging nobody for no damn money. But I'm going to say what I don't like, and nobody's going to silence my voice. You can go to other platforms where people say what you want to hear, and they blow hot air up your ass, but I'm just not going to do it. I hate this. I really do, and I don't like it. There should be no place for this. That a sitting president of the United States is putting out these kind of comments in a moment like this. And you're telling me that this doesn't debase the office. No. Some people want to turn the office into, I don't know, a drive-through at McDonald's or something. No, it's still it's still the presidency of the United States, and there must be a way that you're supposed to act as there must be some decorum there. I know some people want to do away with it. No, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. We're not barbarians here. No, we're not. This is absolutely wrong, and he was right to be condemned by all of his support. When you have his own supporters coming out to say, Mr. President, this is not what we totally disagree with you. You know there's a problem. And you have some people trying to engage in whataboutisms. Oh, what about this person? What about that person? What about, because all of these other people are the president of the United States. So now we're going to reduce the president down to this guy and that guy. And what about that guy? And what about this guy? And what about that guy?